Have you seen Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu?
No, is that the one that has Reese Witherspoon?
Yes, and Kerry Washington.
And Kerry Washington. It seems like a cool show. I've seen ads for it.
Okay, like, I was gonna bring it up on the show, but, like, I just want you guys to watch it. It's airing every week, so maybe you want to wait until it's all done, but holy shit. Like, I know it's based on a book. I've never read the book. This show is phenomenal. Like, this cast is reason enough to watch it. It's so good. Oh my god.
That's cool. It's got to be better.
I'm shocked more people aren't talking about it because it's so good. Like, I mean, it's the best, like the best show I've seen in a while.
Man, that's high praise coming from you. I got to check this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that sucks is they're airing it once a week, like a normal show. They dropped like the first 3 episodes, and then they're doing one a week.
How dare they?
Comes out on Wednesdays.
How dare they? In this time where we need them the most, how dare they dole out the show one at a time like everything's normal? Come on, Hulu, get it together.
I think that's why more people maybe haven't gotten into it.
I think you're right.
Because people don't like consuming it that way. I'm not opposed to it.
I wonder about shows like that, you know?
I almost wonder if it benefits certain shows.
You know what I think would be a good idea in this modern era of streaming? It would be for shows to do like arcs. Like, we understand that American TV usually has seasons that are just swollen and overly long with no reason. But if they split up the episodes into arcs, kind of like Heroes used to do, and then just show that arc, take a break for a week, come back the next week with the next arc. That way, people may feel like they have too much to watch. It might be too much on their plate at a time. Not a bad problem to have.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that Hulu does a more traditional, like, paid ads, unless you go for, like, the full paid service where you don't have to deal with ads. So, like, I'm guessing they're just like, we need to sell ads every week kind of thing. But I don't know for Netflix, like, I don't know what benefit they could possibly have for going week to week, you know? That's
true. I don't know. They tried it a couple of times with Joe Rogan. Not Joe Rogan. We were just talking about Joe Rogan. Joel McHale. They tried to bring back his Talk Soup format or The Soup format, and it didn't do too well. Same thing with Chelsea Handler. They really tried to just take the E experience and bring it over to Netflix, and no one really tuned in.
Yeah, it just doesn't translate, I think.
I also think it's... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, like, that format is kind of gone.
Yeah.
Is that what you were going to say? Yeah, I'm with you.
Not only that, but I feel that Netflix themselves emails and push messages me too much for me to really care about anything that just debuted on there. Because every week like clockwork, and seemingly now it's daily because they know you're home. What's on Netflix tonight? What are you doing tonight? How about some Netflix? Guess what just debuted that you'll love? Like, no, man, I don't love The Great British Bake Off season 5. Okay, I don't love it.
I'm just gonna watch The Office again. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you trying to sell me on this shit? I'm gonna watch the same thing.
So Netflix lost The Office, but they're trying to fill the void with a new Steve Carell sitcom.
They haven't lost The Office yet.
Oh, it's still there? I didn't even notice.
It's there for like another year, I think.
Oh, okay.
Until that Peacock, or maybe till the end of this year, that Peacock streaming service comes out.
They're still moving ahead with that, too. They haven't slowed down at all. And I think HBO Max isn't slowing down either. They're still going to debut this year. In a way, it's almost better. People are home. You might as well give them something to do.
Oh, yeah. I was super frustrated that Doctor Who was pulled off of Amazon.
Right.
Or HBO Max. I'm like, it's not even out yet. Leave it on there until... But no, that's not how it works. So
BBC is as stingy with their properties as Disney is as stingy with Mickey Mouse. You just don't... You know, they expect us to love the mouse, and they give us almost no mouse content whatsoever.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
I think that they're just he's too almost too iconic now.
Mm-hmm.
That they kind of don't want to touch it.
Comparably, you have Superman. Superman has a monthly comic. There are video games. There's movies. There's animated. Mario back in the 90s overtook Mickey as the most iconic character, the most recognizable character in most American households. Video games, cartoons, everything. Mickey Mouse, I think we just got a new Mickey cartoon 3 years ago.
Yeah, but Disney has been more protective of their brand for a longer period of time.
That's true. Like,
those other brands have not protected their characters and their property as long as Disney has. Because Disney's been that way my whole life, like, for sure.
Oh, yeah, with the Vault, of course.
Right. So they've been protective of their properties forever. They kind of invented that. Like, whereas Mario and Superman, all that, like a lot of those, they put that shit on everything. And they do put Mickey Mouse on it seemingly everything, but they still are careful about what they approve. Right. It's weird.
Yeah. And it's just this visage. You never really get new adventures with Mickey Mouse outside of the rare Mickey Mouse shorts, like I mentioned, which are really good. And if people haven't watched them and you grew up with Ren and Stimpy, the Mickey Mouse shorts that are out now are top notch. You need to watch it with your kid. Watch it by yourself. I don't care. Watch the Mickey Mouse shorts. They're that good. Believe me. Epic Mickey came out for, I want to say, like, Nintendo Wii at least 15 years ago. But outside of that, I can't really think of anything big they've done with the mouse, you know?
Well, I this is just a theory. I don't know enough about the history of Mickey Mouse and all that, but, like, was Mickey Mouse, like, really Walt Disney's character?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, in the same way that Kermit the Frog is kind of sacred, because Kermit was Jim Henson. Like, Jim Henson was Kermit, and Kermit was Jim Henson. And, like, he's a very sacred character, and they're very careful about that because it is, like, him living on.
I think you stumbled upon something here. Because now that Disney owns the Muppets, they may be treating Kermit that same way that they treat Mickey, and that's why we don't get any new Muppet content.
Right. There's something very sacred about Kermit the Frog, and everyone who was involved with Muppets and knew Jim Henson, it was, like, they were careful about the Muppets in general. Like, he was very careful about them, but, like, Kermit in particular was him.
Right.
And that was, like, his soul. And so they've always been careful about using that character in a particular way.
Yeah. In the 70s and 80s, though, it seemed like Kermit was everywhere. They had Muppet movies. He was on Sesame Street.
That's when he was alive, though.
That's true. That is true.
And he also did, like, I don't know. Read Jim Henson's biography. Like, everyone should read that by Brian Jones, Brian K. Jones, something like that. Sorry, I got your name wrong. But, like, it's like the best biography I've ever read.
I need to check it out.
It's so good. And apparently the audiobook has, like, a guy doing voices. And
it's interesting.
Like, really good. It's supposed to be a really good audiobook. I haven't listened to it. I read the physical book. I kind of want to go back and, like, get it through the library or something like that and listen to it. But yeah, there was a lot, and he kind of, Jim Henson was like, I want to do, like, Dark Crystal, I want to do these other things. So there were, like, circumstances involved within his life of things he was trying to explore.
Yeah.
With his artistry that kind of, I think, fed into that. But yeah, like, that's the Kermit was Jim Henson. Like,
that's true.
And that's why they're very careful with that character. So I'm wondering if maybe it's similar with Disney. Like if Mickey Mouse was his character, and especially his kids are still running that company, correct? Like,
I believe they are.
Isn't his daughter still, like, is she still involved with Disney in some way?
I believe so. I'd have to look it up myself. I'm unfortunately not as up to snuff with my Muppet as I'd like to be.
So Jim Henson's kids are still involved.
Sure.
With the Henson company, and, like, involved with all, like, the Disney stuff after now, and so so it's like their children, both of these men, their children are still involved in their legacy. Like, we're still at the point where it's that close.
Yeah.
So I think that that's why everyone handles it with a little more care.
There's a really good
others.
Yeah, and there's a really good mini-series, and I'm sure I've mentioned this on the show before, on the Defunctland YouTube channel, about Jim Henson and his life, and it's such a love letter. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
And it just moved me so much, just seeing everything that he's given the world over the years, everything he's contributed to not only my childhood, but just the puppetry profession in general. And that may seem silly, but you think about all the prosthetics that they've used in various projects over the years that he's had a hand in. You think about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that first movie, that was a Jim Henson creation, those costumes.
Right.
Shout out to Turtle Soup. But yeah, he's just...
Shout out to Turtle Soup.
He's an amazing guy. And his legacy will live on forever. I'm glad that they're not just putting any old thing out for the Muppets. There was that short-lived ABC sitcom that tried to make them a little bit more adult. That didn't hit right for anybody, so they wrapped that up real quick. But yeah, the Muppets will just live on forever. I'm yeah, okay.
No, but I think that the Mickey part, I think that's the only theory that I could think of, is that they're very protective of that character, and maybe that's the reason. Like, I can't, because I'm with you. I'm like, why wouldn't you be putting out like a Mickey show every year?
Right. A Mickey movie, a Mickey series of video games besides Kingdom Hearts that take a decade to come out, because fuck them. But other than that, you know.
But you're not bitter.
What's that?
But I said, but you're not bitter.
Not at all. No. Oh man, so lots of things going on in the world right now. Lots and lots and lots of things. There's the obvious, which we'll dance around like every other podcast in existence is doing right now.
Yeah.
But
stay inside and doing your job. Fuck it.
Do your job. Stay inside. All that good stuff. Hopefully the weather is shit wherever you are, so you have no temptation to leave the house whatsoever. Yeah, so I did see a little glimmer of good news in this ball of shit that's happening right now, which is last week every single animal was adopted from animal control here in Chicago for the first time ever. That
is amazing. I have been hearing about locally down here in Florida that shelters are being cleared out as well.
That's so great.
They're waiving a lot of adoption fees and stuff too. That helps people out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I encourage everybody, if you can dedicate the time and the patience to adopt a pet, because
also, just a quick side note, if you can financially donate to the shelter as well. Like, they might be waiving those adoption fees, but it still is helpful to give them donations. Like,
that's a
even
good
if you
point.
donate like some food or something to them, like unopened bags of food or something, like they still have to run that, feed the animals, pay the employees, take care of the animals, everything like that. So if you're able, still donate to those, like when you're adopting.
Right. As a pet parent, you know how costly it can be to raise a pet. They're doing a whole a whole school of pets, basically. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the animal control shelters that are doing a great job. Shout out to the people that decided to adopt a pet into their home, because, you know, it's just such a great feeling. I saw this really cool Instagram post earlier today where somebody said, they wanted to give respect to the dogs that didn't know that they were support animals until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You've all been given promotions. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh, my cat has been so happy.
See? Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, you're here. Oh, he's like because he's not like a regular cat that hates people, that whole thing.
Oh, okay.
He's a breed of cat that really is social, and he's particularly social. He's just so happy. Oh my god. He's like, my people are here. They're home. They're with me. I'm at peace. I'm good.
That's
like,
cool.
He's just so happy. It's adorable.
Yeah, BMO is learning new routines because, you know, we just get up and we go to work here. And he's like, oh, you guys are sticking around. That's great. I'm going to protect the house. And so every little noise in the hallway is just, he's trying to bark. But now he kind of looks over at me before he does it. Like,
is this okay?
Is this all right? I'm like, nah, dude, it's not okay. Like, all right, fine.
Aw. Yeah, Sammy's just like, I'm going to stay very, very close to you. Nice. And then I'm going to go off for a while. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be really, really close to you. That's the routine.
I mean, that's the ideal routine for any roommate, really. Just like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you your space. But then we're going to come together. And I'm going to give you your space again. Yeah. So Skype and Zoom and everything has been a godsend and has just been really getting a workout over the past few weeks. We have a weekly family call that Dee and I do with my dad's people, and it's really cute because I get to see my cousins, some of whom that I never really got a chance to talk to that much outside of Thanksgiving and Christmas and just random cards and stuff like that. Like, funny enough, and I hope none of them listen to the show now, but one of my cousins, I'm not naming which one of my cousins thought that I was her uncle for the longest time.
What?
Yeah. Because there's such a disparation of age difference.
Oh.
And I went through this when I was a kid too, where I thought one of my older cousins was an aunt because I had so many aunts and she was like up there near their age. So I'm like, oh yeah, no.
Interesting.
So she figured it out. She figured it out, but we'll never talk about it. So that's fine.
I do remember some confusion over like having older cousins and stuff like that, but I don't think I ever thought they were like my uncle or something like that. I don't remember what all confused me about it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just, if I had a cousin who was old enough to have a kid and I was like 8 or 9, I'm like, oh, you must be an adult and you must be a senior adult, so you're an aunt or an uncle. Okay.
Yeah. My mom was the youngest of 7, so like there's a huge age gap, and that means that there's a huge age gap in the children as well. So I definitely like that. I hear you on that because it is a wide variety.
So I'm sorry for, not sorry for, I was trying to frame it a little bit better. I'm sympathetic towards people who are celebrating big events in their life and going through events in their lives that just require gatherings with families and are unable to because, life never stops, hopefully. Yeah. So, Dee had a birthday and...
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Why didn't I think of that? Holy shit.
Yeah, because you're dumb.
I'll take that L. That's fine. So it was her birthday, and I managed to sneak a cake into this house, and she was just flabbergasted by that. She was just so shocked that I got a whole ass cake in this house without her knowledge. But she forgot that in our office I have a mini fridge, and so that bitch rested up there.
Oh.
And I snuck it in by the wayside because we got Portillo's. Portillo's is an Italian beef spot here in Chicago, and they make amazing chocolate cake. There's a stand-up.
I've never been there. There's one right up the street from me, though.
Really? Yeah, okay, yeah, I knew they franchised. I didn't know they had one by you.
Yeah, no, they're literally right up the street. I've just never been.
Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, he does a routine about his first time trying a chocolate cake shake.
I think I saw that. Yeah, they put like a slice of chocolate cake in their shake, which is weird.
It is weird, but oh man, is it good? I'll put a link to the video because it's all over YouTube. I'll put a link to it in the show. So I snuck that whole cake in here and I organized, as you know, a Zoom call with some of our friends. A good number of y'all came through and wished you a happy birthday, and I am so appreciative of that, and it saved the day, so that was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, one of our wonderful friends and listeners, Gabby, sent a full copy of Loteria, which is a I guess the best way to describe it is a bingo game, like it's a Spanish bingo game, Mexican bingo rather. and it's a trip. And we played that over Zoom, and that was a lot of fun. And there's a lot of drinking involved, and maybe a little bit of money involved in some scenarios. I'm not saying in our scenario there was, but sometimes among the right people, you can walk away with a pocket full of change. So,
man, I wonder how gambling addicts are doing right now.
Man, well, you can play lottery from your phone now.
That's true, you can.
So
okay, never mind.
They're doing great. Plus, you know, they're watching every ad on mobile games, just trying to get more coins and whatever. They're doing all right. But yeah, so we did that. That was a lot of fun. We got to do that again real soon. So yeah, we're hanging in there, man. One thing that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, which is kind of tripping me out, voice acting. So still working on that. I know I haven't talked about it in a while, but there's a voice acting coach here in Chicago that has these gyms that she puts on from time to time. Usually they're in person, but this time it's going to be over a video conference. So we're going to see how that goes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so you signed up for this ahead of time? Like this was an in-class planned thing that they had to change, or what?
No, she just put the idea out there.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Because everyone's going a little stir crazy. She's like, look, if I put together this thing where you guys come and join in, I'm like, yes, absolutely. I've been wanting to do this anyway. Because, she's a really good coach and a really good voice actress. So I want to sit under the learning tree and get better. I want to get good. Yeah.
Yeah, take advantage of it, especially the situation we're in now. Exactly. Why not?
Get good on Good Friday.
God. Terrible.
It completely escaped my mind that we had tomorrow off. The market usually closes on Good Friday every year, which is a weird holiday for them to hold on to, but I'm thankful for the Friday off. But yeah, I completely forgot. And then my supervisor had to message me. He's like, you keep telling people tomorrow. We're not coming back until Monday. I'm like, holy shit, you're right. Yes. Awesome.
It's just a weird time for everyone. So I don't blame you on that. Yeah. Everything's confusing.
There's a wrestler that I follow on Twitter, and his gimmick is so simple, but it's so memorable. Every day, every morning, he tweets out, it's Monday, you know what that means. It's Tuesday, you know what that means. Just like clockwork. And so there's a couple times where I'll be checking Twitter.
Else? Just saying that?
That's it. He never says what it means. And then there's been a couple times I've checked Twitter in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Brody Lee.
There's some Instagram page, and I can't remember what it is, that was doing just to remind you today is Wednesday, or whatever. They just have a daily post.
Yeah.
In addition to their other content. I'm like, this is good. Thank you.
This is good content. We all appreciate it. Thank you very
seriously.
much.
Thank you.
Right on. So, have you heard anything about Quibi yet?
I've seen ads for Quibi, and I did not know what Quibi was. I still don't really know, other than that sounds like they're trying to do Netflix-style shows, but in small formats, like a YouTube video style. I don't know.
Do you remember CISO?
Yes.
It's another CISO, basically. It's just one of those channels.
Because that was widely successful.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What else? Yahoo TV was one of them.
Oh, yeah. Remember when they bought Community and, tanked?
Right.
Oh,
right.
My God.
Oh, no, it was Yahoo Screen. That's what it was.
Whatever it's called. It was Yahoo. I know that. Yeah.
Presto, Viewster, Ditto TV, all this stuff that used to be a thing, and it ain't a thing anymore. And somehow Community was on every single iteration of. But Quibi, I guess, is supposed to be viewed only on your mobile device.
Yeah.
And they were anticipating people being on the go and really selling that angle of it. You being on the go and being able to see everything on the go in minute-long slices. So
it's only a minute long?
Around that time. It's just chopped up. It's really weird. It's one of those.
I don't want to watch that.
No.
Even on the go.
No, I don't want to watch it on the home, on the go.
Yeah.
So one interesting thing that I learned about this is that Steven Spielberg produced a show for the service that can only be viewed after midnight.
What? Like
Yeah.
you can only access this show after midnight.
Yes, because he wants to set a certain mood. And the mood is solemn and quiet, and it's a horror show, and he wants to freak you out. So you can only watch it in the middle of the night.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
I like
Will
that.
it catch on? I don't think so.
No, but I kind of like that. I like that idea. I like that, you know, they can limit that. And then what, like, you know, it goes away at 2 a.m. or some weird shit like that. And then it comes back the next night at midnight kind of thing. That's weird.
Yeah. So they've got some weird content on there. They've got Chrissy Teigen as a judge. Mm-hmm. They've got a survival.
Everyone is promoting it. Like it's everywhere right now.
Yeah. Survival reality show starring Zac Efron and his brother Dylan, because that's what the world wanted.
Yeah, sure.
And there's a show about sneaker collecting. That's great. That's hosted by the lady that does the AT&T commercials. And a show starring Nicole Richie being Nicole Richie.
Okay, I will give Nicole Richie some credit, though. She was really fucking funny on Great News.
She was, man. She was not
God.
afraid to make fun of herself.
No, she was channeling her Jenna Maroney. It was great.
I was just about to say, she was doing that. Yeah, she was definitely doing the Jenna Maroney.
I think that's why that show ultimately never fully took off, because it was just another version of 30 Rock. But I was fine with it because I loved 30 Rock.
Yeah, like if we can't have 30 Rock, we can't have Kimmy Schmidt anymore. I'll take this.
Yeah, and I thought as it moved along, it got different enough from 30 Rock. But in the beginning, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Man, it did kind of drag on in that last half, though. It's like they kind of knew they were leaving, so they were like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. That show would have been perfect if it would have been a Netflix original like Kimmy Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it wasn't an NBC show.
Did it start on NBC?
Yeah. It was all on NBC.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Kimmy Schmidt was sold to NBC. I believe they made the pilot for NBC. NBC didn't pick it up, and Netflix bought it. And then Great News was bought and aired on NBC. And I think Netflix was foolish not to grab it and keep going with it, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Titus is on one of these shows too. So good to see him still doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he's funny.
He is funny. So, Quibi, I don't need it. I'm sure anything of value will be put on the internet in some way, shape, or form eventually. I
just don't like that format. I don't want to watch on my phone.
Exactly.
That's not how I consume. I like the YouTube. If it's a longer video, I like the YouTube app on the TV.
Same.
I don't even necessarily like watching long YouTube videos on my phone. I realize people are different, but I'm like, no, I'm going to put it on the TV.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a situation where it's like you have to retreat to your room to get some privacy and solace, I get it. You know, you watch your phone, you're kind of just like tucked in for the night. That's the last thing you do. That
totally makes sense.
Yeah. I totally get it, but like if I have my phone in my hand, I'm going to get distracted. I get so distracted if I'm trying to watch something on my phone. Mm-hmm. Notifications are going off. I'm thinking about email I need to check. I'm remembering different games that I'm playing that have cooldowns that I have to go and check on. There's a number of things I can do on there that don't involve sitting and staring for a half hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I'm with you. Like, that's just not how I view my entertainment, or prefer to view my entertainment. So, yeah, I'll pass on Quibi. I also think the name's stupid.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get something to stick. So, I put a note in the show notes earlier today that was true at the time, but now is not. Sorry, I had to go. The Nintendo Switch is finally back in stock in most stores after a long drought. No, it's not.
Why was there a drought? I've seen this, that like there was a drought of the regular Switch. Is it because people are inside?
Ultimately, yes. It started with Ring Fit Adventure, which I think I may have mentioned to you before, how people are buying that game specifically and shipping it overseas. Well, they were shipping it overseas during the shut-in, which is being lifted now over in China. They were shipping it to friends and family who were stuck indoors and had no other way to get their exercise.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it was completely out of stock here in the States. Even on eBay, if you could find one, it was going for a crazy amount of money. So people just, you couldn't find it anywhere. I think that's still hard to find. When it comes to the Switch and why that was sold out, it was a 1-2 punch of people being stuck inside, the Animal Crossing edition coming out, and just Animal Crossing in general getting released. Everybody.
They were probably going to have selling out before this because of that, like that launch, because it's such a huge game.
Yeah. I was surprised, actually, because I didn't think I was friends with that many people on Switch, but I see like the little notification light up and it's like 20 friends online. I'm like, holy shit, it's something. Are they giving something away? And it's like, no, they're all playing Animal Crossing.
I haven't played it or any new games. I just was like, I guess I'm going to restart Red Dead Redemption or whatever.
Man, I'm glad you mentioned that because I saw something today that I wanted to tell you about. Jack Black is finally playing games on his YouTube channel, and he's playing Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, that's cool. I was like, I guess I'm going to... Today, I sat down for like a half hour. And I had my concentration's been bad. Really the only thing I've been able to do other than the things I have to do is like knit and watch shows and try not to freak out kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've been knitting, which I can do while I'm watching a show, but like I can't, like I can play the Switch, but like I don't have any new games on my Switch, and for some reason I've tried to replay and I just haven't wanted to. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to try Red Dead Redemption as like the bad guy kind of thing.
Nice.
And see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. It might not last. I might just be like, all right, whatever.
Did you start from scratch or you're just continuing what you were already doing?
No, I started from scratch because I was different character.
Oh.
And I didn't want to be a different character anymore. I wanted to be original character.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, the hardest part of that game to get through, in my eyes, is the beginning. Because
yeah, I think that's what I need to get past.
Yeah. Like, if there's one thing I don't like about that game, it's that opening. That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't pull you in. Like,
right.
Story-wise, it does, but, like, gameplay-wise, it doesn't. So I skip the cutscenes and everything, but I still have to, like, all right, go up this mountain,
Yeah, because in traditional Rockstar tradition, they throw so much info at you in like the top left-hand corner of the screen. How to do these controls, how to get in a fight, how to get out of a fight, how to ride the horse, how to put on a different coat. It's like, shit, man, I just started this game. Can you tell me how to run? Like,
I
that's
feel
all
like
I want.
I'd be playing GTA if I still had, like, my Xbox controllers, but I don't due to different circumstances. So, and I don't feel like buying GTA again for the PS4.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever. Let me go just do Western GTA.
I was tempted to get San Andreas today because it's on their spring sale.
I was tempted by that too. That and the Arkham collection, both were tempting me.
You know what keeps getting me? Like, I'll be working, and I have notifications coming up from Wario64 on Twitter about all the different game sales going on or any game news that's happening. Because he not only he lets you know about sales, he lets you know a lot of stuff that's going on. Like, the PlayStation 4 controllers debuted this week. Have you looked at that yet?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it does too. Let's circle back to that. But, like, he'll let you know about different game deals, and every now and then I'll see something. I'm like, it's only $1. I'll get it for the Switch or something like that. And it's usually fun stuff. Like, I played a side-scrolling beat-em-up that's a lot like the Scott Pilgrim game that came out called 99 Vidas. And it's just all these, like, Mexican characters in LA, and they're going down the street and they're beating up the bad guys and stuff like that. It's really fun. And it's a 4-player game, too. So I really want to get in that. But it was only $1. I'm like, this is crazy. It's so well done. And, what they do is, here's the reason why you see those weird sales on Switch sometimes. With digital only titles, there's so many on the system, they have a hard time standing out. So what they'll do, they'll dip down to a ridiculously discounted price for like a week so they can get number one on the digital store. Then bump it up to the regular price. So people are like, oh, people are talking about this game. This must be really good. Let me check it out.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
It's a good idea, but everyone started doing it. So it's still very cloudy up there. No one can succeed in that fashion anymore. But
that sucks.
Their loss is our gain, because we get dollar games every now and then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's something.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't... I mean, realistically, I don't need to buy any games either. So I'm kind of in that situation where I'm like, yeah, they're on sale, but it's like, I've played San Andreas and I've played, the Arkham games. I'm like, do I really need to do that again? Probably not. No, I'll pass. Like, that's how I get with this stuff. Where I'm like, yeah, it's money I don't need to spend.
I'm with you on that. I got a little bit of credits in my PlayStation account, so I'm like, what's $8? I might want to check out San Andreas. I haven't played that game since it first came out. I had to not sneak, but I kind of had to play it during inopportune, I almost sounded like a surfer for a second. Inopportune times, because of a relationship I was in, and that certain party didn't like said violent video games. So, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be opposed to any video games, I understand being opposed to not Sandra, but GTA in general.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not that kind of person, but like, I get it. Like, I do. Especially that one had that controversy of like the hot coffee deleted thing that you could like, all that shit.
Yeah. But that wasn't until much later, and she wasn't even thinking about it like that. It was just, this video game, like... I'll tell you the rest of that stuff off air.
That's fine. No one cares.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah. PlayStation 4 controller. I like it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I saw you compared it to like the Avengers in Infinity War.
Right.
I thought that was really funny. Or no, Endgame. Their Endgame costume.
The quantum spacesuits.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it does. I dig it.
Right.
I think it's cool.
And if anybody does have a problem with the color scheme, come on. It's PlayStation. They're going to have 50 different colors by the end of the year. So, just wait.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about that.
Not at all. Plus, you're not looking at the controller while you're playing anyway.
I mean, I understand wanting the controller to look cool. Like, I have a, They came out with the like 25th anniversary or whatever of the original PlayStation, and they did a PS4 controller that looks like the original PlayStation controller, the gray, and it was like a limited edition one. So I have that. Like, that's my main PlayStation controller, and I love it. Like, I love the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
But so like I understand wanting your controller to look a particular way, but like it's not that big of a deal.
Not really, especially because it's going to get used. Like, I understand everybody treats their consoles and their equipment differently, but for me, if I'm playing a console, if I'm really enjoying a console, that controller is going to get beat up, So any type of collector's edition or special controller or anything like that, it's going to get some wear and tear anyway. So I'm going to have to replace it. And if it's limited edition, I'm not going to get too attached to it, understanding that I'm going to have to replace it eventually. Like, I got a God of War controller. It looks cool. It's got, like, the writing from the game on there and everything. But, yeah, it's got some dings in it, too, because I just dropped that son of a gun because I am clumsy. But,
right.
It still works.
Right. It's like you can enjoy the look of it, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, don't freak out over it.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think it looks cool.
Yep. Says you want to hit up some Vernacular stuff while we're here?
Yeah, you got a lot of Vernacular stuff, so that's your call of what you... I didn't even look through this, jeez.
Okay, so I'll start with this one. Disney, speaking of Disney, Disneyland has shared their recipe for the Dole Whip.
Yeah, that I saw some. I don't really know anything about that, but like I saw people were freaking out about this.
I did too, and honestly, I've had one, and to me, it's just okay. It's a special treat that people associate with good times because they only get it at Disneyland or Disney World. So I understand people having that type of attachment to it. So the Dole Whip is basically just pineapple ice cream.
Yeah.
And they say it's not quite the same as it is in the park, but it's the closest that you're going to get in the meantime while you're waiting for the parks to reopen.
I'm looking at it now. They're saying that it's 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream, 4 big scoop, 4 ounces of pineapple juice, 2 cups of frozen pineapple, and you blend it in a blender and then make it swirl. Put it in a bag. Put it in a bag.
Put it in a bag. Anybody can make it. It sounds delicious. I mean, like pineapple.
I was gonna say this sounds like something I would like. Yeah, it sounds really good. I like pineapple as well.
Probably put some extra pineapple juice in there though. Just to,
you don't want to. You want that like vanilla though. Like you do want that like, creaminess of it. Like it's kind of like pina colada type of thing.
You need that whip, not just the dole.
Yeah, that's true. Otherwise, just apple.
It'd just be apple. I've heard a song about that before. All right, so next up, we have the most popular takeout orders by state during the quarantine.
Like restaurants that are popular?
Like just different orders that people make in certain places. So this is according to a news site that we don't promote on the show. But the source is Deseret News. Mm-hmm. It says overall the most popular order in the most popular order in hold on, wait, I'm gonna do this right. The most popular order is French fries. Fries hold the number 1 spot in Arizona, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, South Carolina, Virginia, and Washington. Utah and Colorado enjoy carne asada fries. Now see, they're doing it right, man.
Ooh. I mean, that makes sense because you can't really replicate it at home unless you're like you have a fryer, and even then it's like not the same.
Right. And if you're thinking an air fryer can get you there, it's good, but it ain't exactly that type of French fry that you're hoping for.
No, it's not the same.
No. What's your favorite French fry?
Like, or do you mean like fast food places?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I did always like Checkers. Like, I like Checkers / Rowley's, like, seasoned fries. I really like seasoned fries.
You are a person of culture, my friend. I was going to say Checkers as well.
Yeah.
With a close second being Popeyes. Because something like Popeyes has great seasoning for their fries, but they're a little soft. Checkers fries them hard. It's crisp. They got that outer shell of just seasoning. Yeah,
because I like seasoning and crispy. So I'm with you on that. Like, I'm on the same page of, they're almost like you don't even need ketchup, which is good. I want ketchup still, but like, that's like where I'm like, oh, this is good.
Depending on the French fry, sometimes I'll take a smaller bag, and I'll just throw the fries in there, throw some salt in there, ketchup, and just shake the whole bitch up, and then get a fork and eat them that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That, I saw Ryan Guy do that one time with, like, I think it was, like, waffle fries from Chick-fil-A or something like that, and I was like, bitch, what? He just, like, and then he just, like, split the bag open and, like, ate it, just, cut the bag open, and I'm like, yeah, all right. And, like, you eat it. I'm like, wait a second. Have I been doing shit wrong my whole life?
Like, you don't eat them this way? He could have totally just, like, fooled you into thinking, like, you were odd about it. But, yeah, like, we used to do that, like, after church, like, see me and some of the kids from church would go down to the corner store, and they would have fries somehow. And they would only serve them that way. And it was just perfection. So, yeah.
If you go to the Orioles Stadium, Camden Yards, in Baltimore, they have Krabby Fries.
Krabby Fries.
Krabby Fries are waffle fries. So like a good crispy waffle fry.
Mm.
And they put lump crab meat and then like a cream sauce. So it's like cream of crab and then Old Bay, obviously. Lots of Old Bay.
Old Bay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like cream of crab French fries. It's amazing. It sounds weird. It's amazing.
It sounds
actually
great.
hers potato chips makes a like potato chip version of Krabby Fry.
Okay. All right.
But it doesn't replicate that. Like that Krabby Fry is awesome. It's also like the best place to view baseball. Fight me. I don't care. Fuck you. If anyone wants to fight me on that, go for it. It's the best stadium out there.
Like, you know, I don't have.
No, not you. I mean people. Like
any sake it is, you're getting so aggravated.
No. I mean other people, because people are going to bring up Fenway and shit like that. I'm going to be like, fuck you. No. Damn it.
I'll tell you this. It's not Wrigley Field, whatever the answer is.
People are gonna argue for Wrigley.
They're wrong. I mean, I've seen a baseball game at Wrigley Field. I'm like, why do you put yourself through this to see subpar baseball?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Pad Thai was a favorite in Georgia, Kentucky.
Oh God, I miss Thai food. I'm scared of takeout right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I feel you. Pennsylvania has, of course, is cheesesteak. You know.
Yeah.
That's their whole shebang. Crab Rangoon, popular in Missouri and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Some unique orders. California's favorite takeout order was chicken tikka masala. The BBQ mixed plate was the most popular in Hawaii. I don't even know what that entails.
I don't know.
Iowa has a soft spot for poke.
Ooh.
And Oklahoma.
You're in Iowa and you're like getting poke?
You know what's good? You're not near a body of water.
Yeah. Like my grandparents live in southern Indiana and they always talk about like they have a great sushi place nearby and I'm like, how about no?
No. I'm good.
No?
And lastly, Oklahoma is a big fan of sushi, and Maine favors a good cheesy pazzo bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of all of the choices, the one that if I right now were to order one of these things that like I just can't make at home, it would be Thai food, Pad Thai.
I love Pad Thai.
Drunken noodle.
What's your protein on Pad Thai? What do you do?
Chicken.
Chicken's good. There's a place that we used to go to called Woon Sen Pad Thai, and their signature dish was chicken Pad Thai. I think they spread like 5 shrimp throughout it.
Interesting.
You know, nice crunchy peanuts on top. Good stuff.
Yeah, I love Pad Thai and drunken noodle, and I usually just get chicken with both of them, but occasionally I'll swap and get like beef or something like that, depending on my mood.
I don't think I've ever had it with beef.
It's good. I mean, it depends on the place, like what cut of meat you're getting, kind of thing. Like, because it can be chewy.
Yeah,
but you run that risk with any like steak type of thing. But yeah,
that's true. You gotta trust the place.
But yeah, chicken is the best with it, I think.
I agree. So speaking of chicken, right now, I named this article incorrectly in our notes. Initially, I put there was a chicken wing shortage in this country. Oh no, there is a chicken wing surplus, my friend.
Ooh,
and we as Americans are not doing our part to make this.
Do people not make wings at home? Is that the thing?
Well, yeah, people aren't making wings at home. Sporting events aren't a thing right now, so hot wings are out the window. People aren't going to Buffalo Wild Wings like they normally would. It's a number of different things that are causing the surplus, you know?
Interesting.
NCAA basketball tournament is the second of 2 big annual events for chicken wings. The first is, of course, Super Bowl. Wing prices and production run in predictable cycles each year, ramping up for the NFL playoffs and championship game in early February. And then again for college basketball's Frenzy Tournament a month and a half later. So, yeah, this is a direct result.
So does this mean that wings are, like, super cheap right now? Because I'd buy a bunch of wings and just freeze them.
Right. Wings are super cheap right now. If you've got like a freezer, like just a standalone freezer, hell yeah, load that bitch up. Make yourself some wings on demand. Get you one of them air fryers. It's good for that. You know, get you some wings going. Get some Red's hot sauce.
Contact Ryan Guy about grilled wings recipe. It is the best. You'll never want wings any other way.
The secret's out, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan Guy has a great turtle soup. Shout out to Turtle Soup. He has a great recipe for grilled wings. He was just talking about it in the group the other night on his live chat.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, geez, that's weird. I wouldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Thing. There's a lot of weird little things that we're like, oh, right.
Like you wouldn't expect that to suffer, but
like the toilet paper shortage.
Right.
Like the reason that there's a toilet paper shortage is because like 40% of toilet paper is made for offices and stuff like that. And now we're not there. But we need more toilet paper at home. Like, so they're like, well, do we switch production? That's very expensive. What are we going to do? So it's like a whole thing.
Just our hubris of years of seeing kids TPing houses and making themselves into mummies, walking around with what is the equivalent of gold now. It blows the mind. Yeah,
check Amazon every once in a while. They pop up. It popped up the other day. I looked at it, and it was like a quilted northern or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, do we need toilet paper? I checked, we don't, so I left it, because I'm like, well, someone needs it. I'm not gonna, like, hoard it. That's the problem. People are fucking hoarding it. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Seriously. Right. Like, there are people that really need things right now, so, you know, don't buy more than you need. And just kind of hope that things work out and that it'll be there in the future, because they are still producing these items. So, you know, it's going to be okay.
It was fucked up the first week that the toilet paper shortages were going on. There was a story that broke out of Florida that a toilet paper delivery truck just like went up in flames.
Oh my God.
On its way to the destination. Like, fuck, we need that? No.
Yeah.
Of all the things. Yeah. So that's our vernacular segment, everybody. Let's get into some Wall of Weird.
Okay. Wall of Weird is from Vice. It is from last year. But it's worth visiting this.
Okay.
Vice, written by Kara Weisenstein. This guy paints the sex he allegedly has with aliens. It says, losing your virginity is supposed to be memorable. Most people look back and act with affection and probably a little embarrassment. But David Huggins says the first time he had sex was more out of this world. When I was 17, I lost my virginity to a female extraterrestrial. Notice he says female.
Female.
I have to specify. The 74-year-old said in a documentary about him called Love and Saucers. That's all I can say about it.
Wait, but no, dude, you gotta say more than that.
Okay, so the coitus allegedly went down in 1961 when he was a teenager living on his parents' farm in rural Georgia. I can't say a word, I'm terrible with it. It wasn't the first time extraterrestrials had appeared to him. He'd been seeing strange creatures since he was 8, but on that day he was walking through the woods near his house and an alien woman appeared and seduced him.
Oh my.
I thought, this is a quote from him, I thought, if anything, I'd be losing it in the backseat of a Ford, something like that. But it didn't work out that way.
No, it didn't.
According to Higgins, these visits from extraterrestrials and his sexual relationships with him continued into adulthood.
So wait a minute. One of them hooked up with him at 17. they've been hanging out with him for a while.
By the way. So, yeah.
Hung out with him, awkward teenage sex. And they go, you know what? This dude right here. Let me tell you.
Well, he's still having sex with them because as of this interview, he said that he had been having sex with a woman named Crescent, I guess is what he calls her, 6 months before. Yeah. So he's it says Huggins is unnervingly matter of fact when he talks about his encounters. It sets him apart from what most of us expect from truthers and UFO enthusiasts. He's not in it for the notoriety and doesn't care if anyone believes him. He talks about fathering hundreds of alien babies.
No. So, for everybody out there who's hoping to have an alien encounter or, a one-night stand or something, or maybe a meaningful alien relationship, there's a strong possibility that you may be hooking up with one of Huggins' offspring.
Yeah. So keep that in mind.
Man, what a bummer.
And let me tell you that the paintings that he has made are a lot.
Yes, they are.
They are a lot. And I'm guessing this documentary is also a lot.
He doesn't want notoriety. But this documentary, though, check it out.
Right, but he actively participated in a documentary. So
I don't want any notoriety. I'm going to let this camera crew follow me around.
Yeah.
And look at these paintings that I made.
I mean, the aliens are also, like, he did a full body portrait, and it's literally just a female woman.
Yeah.
With an alien head. Like, that's it. It's a white woman with an alien head. I don't understand what happened to him. I'm legitimately like, something bad happened to him. Like, I'm kind of worried about him.
Maybe his girlfriend is just really, really pale and he's just not getting the hint. I don't know.
I see. This is where I go to the dark place. I'm like, something like this man was assaulted or something, and he's literally built an entire life to escape his PTSD.
He's got a whole narrative built around this.
No, seriously, that's what I think is probably what happened to this guy. Because like he snapped. Something went wrong here. I don't know, but man, the paintings are a lot.
They're a lot.
And he's matter-of-factly one interesting thing about the article was they said he matter-of-factly talks about fathering hundreds of children like they're crops. Like he had planted crops kind of thing. So he's very cold about the whole situation, which is interesting. I don't know if there's another word for it other than interesting.
That's all we can really say, without knowing the full story. Like, oh shit, that's interesting.
Like, this type of person, this is the question that I have for you, because most people, I think, would say yes to this, but would you want to meet this person?
Would I want to meet him?
Yeah, would you want to meet him and talk to this person?
Where's he from again?
Georgia. Well, like, let's say he's at a convention.
Okay.
Would you want to go talk to him at a convention?
I wouldn't want to talk to him. I'd sit in on a panel.
Right, because, I mean, like, talk to him. Because I think most people would want to talk to him and want to ask him questions. And I'm like, when there are people that are, like, off like this, I think there's something in my brain that's like, you need to run away now. Something's wrong with them. Like there's some sort of evolutionary thing that makes me go, run away, go.
Like, I don't want any part of this shit.
Yeah. That's why I always thought that was really funny. I think it might have been Chris Rock or whatever, like one of the comedians that was talking about, like, he sees people, like, how, like, running away from a thing.
Oh, and the Godzilla thing?
Yeah. Right. Like, and the people aren't running from it. And he's like, what are you doing? Why would you run towards that? Like, You run away from it. Follow the crazy people that are running away. Don't run toward it.
Right. Just keep going.
But a lot of people do want to run toward it. And I'm like, well, what? Huh? No.
Oh, shit. That was Cedric the Entertainer from the original Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what's going on over here? Oh my goodness, what's happening? Yeah. No, don't be those people.
Exactly. Don't do that. It's a bad idea.
You ask on the way. Just on the way away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's unfortunate that movie doesn't hold up. But it had some funny bits.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
You can just enjoy what you enjoy of it. Right. And acknowledge the problematic stuff and whatever,
And Steve Harvey's hair, man. He fooled us for years.
Mm-hmm.
Man. What a great piece. Like, it's perfectly coiffed. You're like, oh, he takes care of himself. No. He would take it off. Just pop that sucker off, comb it, brush it, put it back up there.
Fooled us all.
It fooled us all. All right. Well.
Yeah.
That is the Wall of Weird.
That is our show, too. I've got a couple things to plug here, though.
Before
we go. So first we had an adventurer write in, Michael Randolph, who wanted us to share a post for Sound Exchange, which is one of my local record stores. And they are selling tickets for a documentary, and this helps fund their employees during this really difficult time. So it's a local business, like a local record shop, trying to make sure that they can pay their employees. So hop over to Lex and Matt's Excellent Adventure on Facebook. We shared this within the past couple of days, so we don't share a lot on there, so you should see it within the past couple of days. And if you are able, go buy a ticket. It helps out employees, local store, and you get to watch a cool documentary, things like that. We love helping you guys with whatever. Like it doesn't cost us anything to share something or to let people know about something like that. So if there's a charity, if there's a work thing, whatever, just let us know, especially right now during all of this. We want to help where we can.
Absolutely.
So that link's on Facebook. And then shout out to Turtle Soup. Ryan Guy and I are going to do an Instagram live video on Saturday night as of now. That is when we were planning on doing it. So follow me. I'm at the Lex Lutz. And then I don't know if you have to follow Ryan as well. I think it'll just pop up if you're following one of us. So follow me. I think his is at Mr. Guy.
Well, yeah, but if you're following one of you, if you go live, it'll show up.
Okay, good. Yeah. Because I didn't write down his actual tag. But I'm sure if you search Ryan Guy, you'll find. I don't think there's.
And this will be up before Saturday, so.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit of Instagram live. We will talk One Tree Hill. We don't know what all we're gonna talk about, but Ryan has been doing every single night of the quarantine. He does an hour-long live stream in Turtle Soup's Facebook group. It's insane. Like, he's done it every single night at 9 p.m. So Ryan's going to do that, a shortened version of that, and then we're going to hop over to Instagram because, unfortunately, we can't do dual screen on Facebook, but we can on Instagram. Don't know why. So we're going to do it on Instagram Live. And if you follow my social media, you'll be able to watch it then and, ask us questions or whatever. Just watch us shoot the shit. That kind of thing. We just thought it'd be kind of fun to do. And I've never done one before, so why not?
Cool.
Yeah. See how it works. Maybe you and I can do one.
Right on.
We do this, though. So it's like, all right.
We do a lot of things.
Okay. It's hard to even, navigate this, because I had to give him a couple options. We were, going back and forth with it. We've been talking about it for, a week. So even though we have time, he still has to go into his office for work and stuff. So.
Oh boy.
They're doing it really safely. It's him and another employee, and they're never there at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically just because it's a law firm type of situation. They have to keep it open. It's court systems. You have to stay open. You're an essential. But I guess his boss is really cool about making sure that they're doing it as safe as possible. Which is
that's good.
Considerate. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad he's being careful. I'm glad that he's able to take precautions and do what he's doing over at the Turtle Soup Facebook page. It's really cool giving people something safe to look forward to. So yeah. They're
doing the social distancing and go to join Turtle Soup's Facebook group and watch the corn stream is what it's called. It's so fun and funny. And Ryan loves to talk, so he's endlessly entertained and entertaining. And it's just kind of cool. It's a steady thing in the insanity right now. It's kind of nice to even if I've done it a couple times where I just chime in for a couple minutes or whatever. It's just kind of nice to have that oh, okay, I can rely on like 9 o'clock. This is gonna be a thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Right on.
So if you guys want us, and we also can talk about things related to this show, things related to his show, whatever. Like we'll talk about just about everything. So
talk about it all.
Think about what you want us to talk about. Come join us in the chat. Hang out.
Hop on in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be around 9:30, 9:45 Eastern. But, just follow my page and kind of keep in mind, it'll be after 9 p.m. though, Eastern, Saturday night.
Right on.
Yeah. And that's it for me. What about you? What do you have to promote? You work in any clubs?
All my shit's shut down, homie.
Yeah.
I can't work from home. Wish I Nerdfest.
I know. I'm just I'm an asshole.
Empire Day is still in limbo.
I know. That sucks.
Can't go to Pitchfork Fest in July like I want to. Oh well. In the meantime, I'm Matt Peters.
I'm Lex Lutz, and I'm sorry that I got dark at the end there, guys. But I love you, and I want you all to be excellent to each other from a safe distance of at least 6 feet. And stay inside. Be good, little sweet chili babies. And the world shall reward you with, I don't know.
Take care, everybody. The end.
The end. Yeah, keep that in. I don't care. That's fine. If you want to keep that in, that's cool. People can know. That's fine. I'm not talking normal shit. I'm just like, alright, whatever. My brain's broken, guys. Bye.